Well, hello there. Welcome to the channel again. So, I've been having a lot of questions lately, and I haven't had a lot of time to work on videos. But anyway, here's another one. One of the questions I get a lot is, what do you use to cut your rawhide and to cut your string? Well, you got to keep in mind that some of the best rawhide in the world is made with nothing but a sharp pocket knife and a stick of wood. Like, that's pretty much all the great Don Luis Ortega used to cut his rawhide strings. And I do find that for me and for a lot of others, he is still the reference. He's still setting the standard on rawhide braiding and how he cut the strings and all. But I'm not that much of a handy guy. So anyway, I myself, I need to use some other tools that make it real easy for me. So I got my crumb cutter, and I got a video on using the crumb cutter. Crumb cutter is great to work a height into a soga, or if you get a disc, like really pull a soga or even a string out of it, and you can work from the outside going in, or you can go from the inside going out, whatever works best for you and however best your brain is wired. Let's put it that way. Because that's going to be different for everybody. Anyway, once we got a soga, we're going to need to do three things. The first thing we're going to need to do, a lot of times, depending on how big you cut your soga, is you can already split it. And for splitting, I got several options. In total, I got about 7 splitters. But the ones that I use the most is this little 86 Osborne. I use that an awful lot. Works really good for me. I got a bigger one. It's just a little longer, but the smaller one is the one that I use the most and seems to work the best for me. Now, if you're having a hard time getting a hold of a Osborne 86, Brett Heskett makes a really nice one, and especially if you're having a hard time getting your blade real sharp, this one, as you can see, has a disposable blade in there. So it's real easy. You just unscrew these 2 screws here and put another blade in, and you're sharp again. Because having your blades razor sharp will make or break your string in the most literal and figuratively speaking way. So that's something. And on some heights, what also works real good is this is a string cutter that was made by none other than Randy Roberts. And as you can see, I got it set real small. And so if I put my string and I use it this way, I can pull it through, and I can make a final split, and I can go real thin on this one. For some reason, the way my brain is wired, this works awesome for me. So as you can see, it's got a micro adjustment on here. I like this type of cutter a lot. You got to make sure that you're careful if you're putting in a long blade and you're under here, that you see the bandit. That's what happens sometimes. So you got to be real careful what you're doing. Most of the time, I will break or cut a blade in two. So I don't have a lot sticking out underneath here, and that works pretty good for me. Another one, also made by the guy that made the splitter, made by Brett Heskett, is this one, and this is like a real early version, I think. Actually, I don't really know who made this one. I got this one from, I believe I got it from Clint Haverty. But anyway, what this one does is you cut your string and you can bevel your string in a 45 degrees. Where in this system, you got to have one to cut your string to width or to split with it, and then you got another one that places the blade in a 45 degree angle to do your beveling of your string. And Randy made me one in a 30 degree angle that I use a lot on my hair side, because when I make string for body string, and especially I like working with heavy string because I think it just gives a better feel than a smaller string, and it looks better. But anyway, I like to cut 45 degree angle on my hair side, and I like to cut a 30 degree angle on my flesh side. But this machine, and I know for a fact that Brett Heskett makes a lot of them, and in a little different configuration, but kind of works out the same deal. It's with a micro adjustment. For me, I feel micro adjustment is very important because, again, I'm not the handiest of guys, and I need all the help I can get. So this makes it real easy to adjust your string and your width and your bevel and everything, like really, really, really good. So basically, those are the types of cutters and splitters that I use the most. I hope it helps somebody. Talk to you next time.